on campus, and in several ways Pierson has been involved in communal reflection on these issues. We have had conversations involving Pierson fellows and students. We hosted a study break this past fall where we created our own portraiture, the results of which graced our walls for the rest of the fall term. And we hope to make that an annual activity to remind ourselves of who we are as a community. As you'll note, as we start a new semester, the portraits that you created have been replaced by images of recent graduating classes. I hope you recognize some beloved and familiar faces on the walls around you. And by the way, for those of you who were attached to your own art, we have those pieces of art in our office. If you want to keep your portrait, you can come by and pick it up. Otherwise, we will keep it on file as part of our college archives, maybe for remounting in the future. Today, on MLK Day, we mark an important step forward in these larger conversations by honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose visit to Pierson College 59 years ago was captured by a Yale Daily News photographer. King was on campus to give a lecture at Battelle Chapel, urging the country to move away from and beyond Jim Crow segregation policies and toward full civil rights for all citizens. It was his birthday, and he accepted the invitation of a Pierson student, David George Ball, class of 1960, to come to the college for a celebration. In this image behind me, you see him cutting his birthday cake in the Pierson Head of College house that evening. His picture appeared in the YDN that day. As far as we've been able to determine, the original no longer exists. I was shocked to find out that this university doesn't keep archives of such things. Maybe I should. A copy of this photograph most recently appeared online in 2014 in a low-resolution version, a file size less than 100 kilobytes. With the help of some digital image wizards at Yale, we've been able to produce a larger scale version for display here in the Pierson Dining Hall. I want to thank and acknowledge Johannes de Jong and Justin Barry of the Yale Center for Collaborative Arts and Media, who donated their time for free and considerable technical talents to reproduce and recreate the image you see here. This time-intensive process involved the application of a range of filters to remove low-resolution artifacts and to create a consistent image, almost like an impressionist painting, that resolves itself as you view it from a distance. I have other people I want to thank. I want to thank our operations manager, Tanya Wiedeking, who did indispensable work to make today's dedication possible, including arranging the framing of the photo, the mounted plaque on the frame, and the framed introduction panel that will be on display beneath the image. My thanks as well go to Marvin Chun, Dean of Yale College, for his support, and to the Committee on Art in Public Spaces for its guidance, and especially Professor Sam Messer, chair of that committee, Associate Dean of the Yale School of Art, who led us in our portraiture study break back in November. Finally, I also want to thank Risa Nelson, who is here with us today, Associate Dean of Yale College, Director of the Afro-American Cultural Center and Pierson Fellow, for her invaluable partnership and counsel in this and in so many of our other common endeavors. As we enter into 2018, a year when we will also commemorate the 50th anniversary of King's tragic death in Memphis, Tennessee, we dedicate this photo in memory of him. But in so doing, we also honor the community here, the community of African American students, faculty, and staff whose presence in this place is a living testimony of King's legacy. And indeed, we honor ourselves, each and every one of us, as we continue to dedicate our lives to fulfilling King's legacy of justice for all. Thank you very much.
Those of these who do not tap in, that wants to stay here, you have to tap in. The majority of this line here has to tap in. If you want to stay,
Can you take a picture of us with our guests?